So Mayo talked to you guys, and then you had AVP, Alex Van Pelt, step to the mic, and he sounded pretty impressed by Drake Maye and the progression that the rookie has made. Your thoughts on Van Pelt's comments today?
Yeah, I thought they were good. I think that, we also have to remember, and it's not like I'm saying that, that Alex Van Pelt isn't telling the truth, but you do have to take it a little bit with a grain of salt because Drake Maye was the third overall pick. Probably a lot of these guys wanted the Patriots to take Drake Maye, so I don't exactly expect them to come out and say, holy crap, this guy has just not met our expectations whatsoever. He has stunk up the joint for the first month. So,
Right.
It's good. I think that, when he talked about things about calling plays from the huddle, the rhythm, being in time with your feet, he said that Drake Maye is making strides. And I would say that is the case. I just do think that Drake Maye has a ways to go, but it's good to see him progressing. What you want to see out of a young quarterback especially is a guy who makes, even if it's incremental progress, steady progress in the right direction day after day, and it seems like that's what he's doing.
With that in mind, I know a lot of people, maybe I shouldn't say a lot, at least some people have made note of the quarterback rotations and how many snaps each guy is getting between 11-on-11s and 7-on-7s. Today, there was a bit of a change, right? It looked like Drake Maye was now firmly behind Jacoby Brissett, at least for this set of OTAs. Do you think that means anything, Greg?
No, in my opinion, Nick, and I could be wrong because, again, this is a new regime. I think they wanted to see Drake tackle a little bit more in this practice, and that doesn't mean that it's solidified this way. I just think that maybe he's earned the opportunity to get a few more reps. I do think Bailey Zappi did well with the reps that he did have, but I think they were just giving Maye a little bit of a carrot, and we'll have to see whether it continues. I remember something similar along these lines. I want to say, I don't know if it was with Mac Jones, sort of towards the tail end of OTAs his rookie year, sort of right before mandatory minicamp. They gave him an increase in reps, and look, that was a good thing for Mac, and we saw him flourish and eventually win the job after that. But I think that I wouldn't read a whole lot into it. But look, it's sort of once they start giving Drake Maye things as the third overall pick, it's hard to take them back. So yeah. I don't want to say it's not significant, but I don't want to say it's overly significant.
Let me ask you this. Do you think what happens today happens if Maye is not progressing, if they don't see that improvement, even if it's, as you said, baby steps, step by step, that improvement? Do you think they would give him this opportunity to slide behind Brissett if he was struggling a little bit more, if he wasn't showing that progress to his coaching staff?
Probably not. And I think it's a good point by you. I think they would have probably just left him where he was and just say, let's see him, keep making some sort of progress, or at least get going in the right direction more consistently. And to me, that they made this decision, does back up some of the things we've heard, not only from Alex Van Pelt, but from, other people like, Albert Breer said they're really happy with him. So I think this is a sign that he's tackling what they're giving him.
Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $1,000 with just a few taps. Use the code CLNS for the first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets at Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code CLNS and get $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed.
Does he look cleaner to you, Greg? You know what I mean? When you go back, and again, this has been a very short period of time. I'm not expecting gigantic leaps here, but as far as you said, he looks a little bit more in rhythm with the footwork. How about the whole package? Does he look a little bit cleaner today compared to 2-3 weeks ago?
I guess I would say yes. A little bit. I still don't love his motion. I don't like the hitch. We'll see whether that's a problem. Some guys have it, and they're just so talented that they overcome it, especially because of arm strength. So he could be one of those guys. And I wouldn't say the whole hitch thing is a huge concern right now. I do worry about when those type of things kind of get exposed in the heat of camp against the first team defense and really experienced guys. And, even today, and I will say in 7-on-7, Drake looks very clean, which is good. And I wouldn't necessarily say you expect that. But certainly the chances are increased because you're not dealing with a pass rush. You're not dealing with the offensive line. But once the offensive line came on the field today, it was a complete train wreck for the offense. And it wasn't just Drake. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions. One was a great diving play by Kyle Duggar. The other one, I couldn't tell whether he wanted to go short to Juju, but there was an over receiver as well, and he ended up just throwing it in between them right to some cornerback I've never heard of. So you worry about the stress of the situations of the pass rush and the offensive line and navigating all that stuff, whether that eliminates the progress that he has made with his footwork and things like that, because I think that's the whole thing. That's the biggest thing when we talk about how early can he start. You're just worried about if things aren't right around him, does he just revert back to what he was? And is that really the wisest thing for the New England Patriots?